Hi everyone, welcome to Competitive Gan,
This is the part 13 of
Indian Polity MCQ series, and in this part we will cover 50 important MCQ questions and answers. Let's start the session.
question number 1. How are the directive principles of state policy different from fundamental rights? Answer. Directive principles are not enforceable, whereas the fundamental rights can be enforced. Next, which of the following is not included in the directive principles of state policy? Answer. Right to information is not included in the directive principles of state policy. Next, which one of the following is a directive principles of state policy? Answer. Uniform Civil Code is a directive principles of state policy. Next, the directive principles of state policy is a check which is paid on bank's convenience. Who said it? Answer. K.T. Shah. Next, the provisions relating to fundamental duties in the Constitution of India were added on the recommendation of Answer. Swaran Singh Committee. Next, when were the fundamental duties incorporated in the Indian Constitution? Answer. In 1976 by 42nd Constitutional Amendment. Next, under which article of the Indian Constitution provision for fundamental duties has been made by the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act? Answer. Under Article 51A. Next, the fundamental duties are mentioned in which of the following part of the Constitution of India? Answer. Are mentioned in Part IVA. Next, which Amendment Act included the fundamental duties of citizens in the Indian Constitution? Answer. 42nd Amendment Act in 1976. Next, which one of the following is not a fundamental duty? Answer. To protect monuments, places of public importance is not a fundamental duty. Next, how many fundamental duties are there in Indian Constitution? Answer. There are 11 fundamental duties in the Indian Constitution. Next, to uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of India is a provision made in the Answer. Is a provision made in the fundamental duties. Next, the President of India is elected by Answer. The President of India is elected by the elected members of Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha and state legislative assemblies. Next, which of the following is not an essential qualification for the candidature of President? Answer. Educated is not an essential qualification for the candidature of President. Next, if there is any dispute regarding the presidential election, it can be referred to whom? Answer. To Supreme Court of India. Next, the President of India holds office for a term of 5 years from which date? Answer. From the date in which he enters upon his office or hold his office. Next, to whom does the President of India address his resignation? Answer. To Vice President of India. Next, under which article the procedure for removal of the President of India through the process of impeachment has been laid down? Answer. Under Article 61. Next, by which House of the Parliament impeachment may be imposed on President? Answer. By any House of the Parliament. Next, at least how many days of prior notice is required for the impeachment of the President of India? Answer 14 days. Next, which one of the following is a part of the Electoral College but not of the process of impeachment? Answer state legislative assemblies. Next, the procedure of impeachment of the President of India is. Answer quasi judicial procedure. Next, if the position of President and Vice President are vacant, who officiates as the President of India? Answer the Chief Justice of India officiates as the President of India. Next, who is executive head of state in India? Answer President is the executive head of the state in India. Next, who among the following is the head of Indian Republic? Answer President of India is the head of Indian Republic. Next, the President can dissolve Lok Sabha on. Answer the President can dissolve Lok Sabha on recommendation of Union Cabinet. Next, the joint sitting of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha under Article 108 summoned by. Answer by President. Next, which of the following is incorrect about the power of President of India? Answer the President should accept the advice of Supreme Court is not correct about the powers of the President of India. Next, the President of India does not have the right to. Answer the President of India does not have the right to remove a judge of Supreme Court. Next, power of the President to grant pardon is a. Answer judicial power of President. Next, the first President of independent India, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, hailed from. Answer from Bihar. Next, who among the following President of India was associated with the trade union movement? Answer President B.B. Giri associated with trade union movement. Next, which President of India was called Missile Man? Answer President Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was called Missile Man of India. Who among the following Chief Justice of India also acted as the President of India? Answer Justice M. Hidayatullah acted as the President of India. Next, a bill presented in the Parliament becomes an act after. Answer after the President has given his assent. Next, who has the constitutional power to declare a geographical area as a scheduled area? Answer President. Next, the proposal relating to dismissal of the Vice President can be presented in. Answer can be presented in Rajya Sabha. Next, which one of the following is presided over by one who is not its member? Answer Rajya Sabha. Next, Cabinet includes what? Answer Cabinet includes the ministers with cabinet rank. Next, the Prime Minister of India is the head of the. Answer the Prime Minister of India is the head of the central government. Next, the office of the Deputy Prime Minister is. Answer the office of the Deputy Prime Minister is an extra constitutional growth. Next, in India, a minister who is not a member of either house of the parliament will cease to be a minister after. Answer: after 6 months. Next, to whom is the Council of Ministers responsible? Answer: Council of Ministers is responsible to the Parliament. Next, Union Council of Ministers is collectively responsible to. Answer: only to Lok Sabha. Next, which one of the following motions the Council of Ministers in India can move? Answer: confidence motion. Next, who will decide the office of profit? Answer: the Union Parliament decide the office of profit. Next, in Indian polity, the executive is subordinate to. Answer: to legislature. Next, which leader of Madhya Pradesh became the defense minister first and later home minister in Nehru's cabinet? Answer: Kailashnath Kadju. Next, who was the first finance minister of independent India? Answer: R.K. Shanmugam Chetty was the first finance minister of independent India. Next, which prime minister among the following died outside India? Answer: Lal Bahadur Shastri was the prime minister who died outside India. Like, share and subscribe the channel for more videos. Thanks for watching.